What up, YouTube? And shout out to that young boy H Money, man. You know, for bringing this shit up, man. You know, it's JT, man, and Manny Pacquiao exposed once again for being a fucking convicted fraud, man. I mean, this guy is a fucking clown, man. I mean, again, this guy fights Floyd Mayweather in the biggest fight ever, most lucrative fight ever, most viewed fight ever on pay-per-view. And he gets his motherfucking ass embarrassed, clown, made to look like a little kid and a little bitch. What does he do? He blames it on a fucking shoulder injury. Then you got these fucking convicted crackheads out here. You got these men jacking off goats for a living for milk with his wife in the van. You got all these other racists out here saying that Manny Pacquiao lost because he had a shoulder injury and he wasn't granted a Toradol shot. Mind you, you motherfuckers don't know nothing about Toradol, but you got all these drug experts out there, all these, well, we know they're drug experts because, you know, most of them are fucking convicted crackheads and fucking heroin junkies and shit. But they act like they're medication experts and experts in pharmacology and shit. These motherfuckers talking about Toradol. They're talking about all types of Manny Pacquiao wants an exemption and all this. He couldn't get a shot of Toradol in his, you know, his torn rotator cuff or whatever the fuck injury he had. He goes out there, he gets beat decisively. You know, it was no question about the fight. You got all these clowns. They came up with all these excuses. Mind you, there was never any proof of Manny Pacquiao having surgery on his quote-unquote torn rotator cuff or whatever shoulder injury he had. There was no proof of it. The motherfucker miraculously comes back out of nowhere talking about he was healed by salt water. Then you got all these fucking clowns out here going around believing it and regurgitating this bullshit, man. You know what? The thing is this, man. Look, man. My wife is Filipino. Okay? So, thing is, if you're Filipino, I'll give you a pass for being a fucking Pacquiao man defender, man. I'll give you a pass. I'll give you a pass because most of, you know, they don't have shit over there, man. And they look up to this fucking fake fraud clown. So, okay, I'll give it to you, man. But most of these motherfuckers are not Filipino. You look at this convicted crackhead, man. What is his obsession with these men? What is his obsession with Russian men and little Filipino midget, man? Like, what is his obsession with it, man? What's his obsession with this shit, man? You know, most of you motherfuckers are not even Filipino. You're not Russian. What is your obsession? What is your obsession? Especially if you're a guy like Maxwell Bear, for example, man. Point blank, period, man. You out here, you constantly shitting on American fighters. Constantly shitting on American fighters. Black, mostly black, for sure, mostly black. You're shitting on American fighters, and you're in love, and you want to get in bed with these Russian fighters. These Eastern European. I don't know if you are Eastern European. I'm pretty sure you're not. You are American citizen, and you're constantly making videos, bashing, constantly man defending, constantly in love with these Eastern European fighters and these Filipino men. Okay? But that's not the point, man. Shouts out to H Money, man. The thing is, Pacquiao in the Vargas fight, he threw a total of 408 punches.
Election 2016.
He threw a total of 408 punches. Jabs, he threw 196 jabs. In power shots, he threw 212. Against Mayweather, since he had he had such a bad torn rotator cuff and injury, he threw 429 punches. So he threw more punches in the Mayweather fight with his so-called torn right rotator cuff or whatever. He threw 193 jabs. Okay? He landed only 18 jabs. He threw 236 power punches. So in all facets of everything, man, he's thrown more punches in the fights past fights after the Mayweather and Pacquiao fight. You look at the Bradley 3 fight. Manny Pacquiao, 439 punches thrown. He threw more punches against Timothy Bradley. He threw 238 jabs. He threw more jabs against Timothy Bradley. Sorry. In the Floyd Mayweather fight, he threw 429 punches. And in a Bradley fight, he threw 439 punches. In the Bradley fight, he threw 201 power punches. And in the Mayweather fight, he threw 236. So this shit don't even make sense, man. This guy is a fucking lying scumbag, man. He's a dirty little fraud and a dirty little fake politician, man. The guy is a clown. He is definitely one of the most overhyped boxers in boxing history, man. This guy is a clown. You don't have all those rematches and then you want to get celebrated for it as if you're some legend for beating Eric Morales and Barrera after they already beat the living shit out of each other. This motherfucker comes around and fights them both three and 5 times, and two opponents fought 5 times. You want to be celebrated for that? That just shows how weak you are because you can't get it done right the first time. Then he fights Marquez 4 times. He can't even beat Marquez clearly. He gets knocked the fuck out by Marquez. Then he gets outboxed easily by Eric Morales. And what does he do? It's a constant theme with this guy. He always brings up a fucking excuse. His excuse for losing to Morales, he said the gloves. This dude is a bitch, man. Manny Pacquiao is a fraud, a clown, and a bitch. And I'm done with him, man. I don't want to see him ever again, man. If he fights Floyd Mayweather, I hope Floyd Mayweather knocks his fucking head into the stands, man. Knocks him the fuck out, dude. Because this dude is a clown, man. He's a fraud. He's a scam artist, man. This dude's a clown. Man, just get out of here, Manny. You're done, man. Shouts out to all the people exposing this clown, man. Because that's what he is, a fucking fraud, man. It's JT, I'm out.